There we go. Can you hear me? Can I hear me? There we go. Can you hear me? Can I hear me? There we go. Perfect. All right. What is going on, U-Haul? Keegan, how are you? Crypto, welcome to the party. Crippling Depression. I like that name. Couple games. Six Flags Freak. I am one too. I love Six Flags Magic Mountain. Couple game. A lot of people jumping on here. How is everyone tonight? Now we got too many people. I can't keep up with greeting everyone to the party. ES? So working so much because of ES. ES. What's ES? I know it's something basic and I'm not. Oh, wow. My chat just went over. There it is. Okay. Uzbekistan. Hey, Felicia, how are you? You know, Felicia, there's something strange in my life. I have never known a bad-looking Felicia. I kid you not. There's another name. There's a couple other names too, but for some reason, I've always noticed that. Every single Felicia I knew was a good-looking girl. I know I shouldn't be objectifying women and all that stuff, but I just thought it was humorous. Well, not humorous. I just thought it was weird. Actually, me and my friend talked about that one day. Nike Employee Store. How do you know? Felicia, there you go. That's what's her name even on the TV show, The Good Wife. What is her name? I just love her. She's got that wonderful black hair. Oh, Connie. Yep, Fort Collins. Fort Collins is an interesting place. Spent like 3 years there. Eugene, Oregon. Actually, so oddly enough, I will be traveling down to Eugene in November, and I plan on doing a series of videos about Eugene and Salem. I'm going to do a whole bunch of Oregon stuff here. November, December, January, probably. And then after that, I'm going to start doing a lot more traveling. Actually, I'm traveling a lot. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm going to Chicago. And then, I've talked about this before, but in case you guys don't know, I'm actually taking the train back with my son through the Rockies. We're meeting in Chicago, getting on the train. We got the whole sleeper car and everything like that. So, lap of luxury. And we're taking it back. Darby, PA. Darby, PA. Upper Dark. Ryan Kane, I am coming down. I will have to meet up with you. We need to get beers. It's been about a year or so. So, hey, Oregon. Hey, there you go. You should visit Oregon's desert. Yeah, that's in the back. That is one thing. I've been in Oregon 10 years, and I got to close my door. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I've never been to the back part of Oregon. It's really weird. I've been here 10 years now, almost 10 years. Fort Worth. I spend more time in Fort Worth. Only done a couple trips. I've been to Dallas, been to Houston. I got to spend a little more time in Fort Worth someday. Always never heard anything but good things about Fort Worth. Bam. You know, I think we're going to do these. I didn't upload a video today. I was trying to work at it all day, but some things got in the way, so I'm shining it on till tomorrow. So that's why I decided to stream instead for a little bit. I got dinner with some friends that I haven't seen in like 15 years. So I'm going to do that later on. But I thought I'd do this tonight a little bit. Oklahoma is, okay, so I'm doing a positive one of Delaware right now, which I rarely do them. I would prefer to do Delaware, or not Delaware. I would prefer to do, positive sides of every place, but nobody watches them that much. So I like to throw them in occasionally. And I'm doing Delaware like that right now. Then I'm doing Oklahoma, Nebraska, Puerto Rico, and then we're done with the states. I might throw some positive ones in there, but we're going to move on to best and worst small towns in every state. So we'll be doing that for probably the next 6 months at least. I'd love to go to Moscow. I'd love to go to Moscow. Even though I'm actually what they call, I'm a Cold War soldier, Cold War veteran, meaning I was in the military from the it started in the 50s, but I was in from the 80s till the 2000s. And I'm considered what they call a Cold War veteran. And, of course, Cold War, our enemy was Russia, which I never understood. Talk about holding a grudge. Far too many years on that shit. I know I'm babbling. Sorry. Hey, Blacktino, how are you doing, Mario? So here's the thing about Chicago. Chicago does, Chicago gets a bad rep. What people don't understand, they have a couple bad neighborhoods like every place else. But really, so you have a bunch of murders or something like that, and that hits the news. Well, you also have 3 million people there, where let's say you have 100 more murders than a year than, say, I don't know, just St. Louis, for instance, right? So let's say you have 100 more. You make the headlines, even though they have like a fifth of the population you have per capita. They're way worse. But Chicago just gets the bad. They get the shaft all the time. Like they're this horrible thing. They're not as bad as people make about to sound. I don't hate California. I will never live there again. I mean, all my family's there. I don't like what the state's turned into. I grew up in a small beach community where everyone had I wouldn't say huts, but small homes, middle-class homes. And times changed. And where I lived, I was 3 blocks off the beach. Most of the houses on my block were built in the 1930s and 40s after the war. My great uncle used to tell me how he remembered when my home, where my home was strawberry fields. Anyway, over the years, probably about the late 90s while I was living there, probably early 2000s, it started changing. And we had, instead of these little homes that were, 3-bedroom homes, 1 story, all of a sudden it was these built to the property line, giant mansions that you had to make at least $300,000, $400,000 a year to live there. So it changed. That's what I don't like, which that's on me. That's not on them. I mean, things change. Okay, Ryan, I will. I'll talk to you when I'm heading down there. Hey, San Francisco. By the way, for all of those of you watching this, at the end of my videos, someplace within the last minute or so, I'm leaving clues to something. And there will be a monetary prize when someone figures it out. So just so you know, I'm being very vague about it. Garrett, how are you? God, I haven't seen you. God damn, Garrett. What's it been? About 2-3 years now? Geo Scholar. Hey, if you guys want to see an interesting channel, it has been. Check out Geo Scholar's channel. I've been watching a lot of your stuff, Mr. Geo Scholar. I wish I knew your first name. I mean, we always communicate back and forth. You may have told me it before, but I'm old and I forget things. Charles B. Hey, Charles B, are you the one that are you Charles Boy or Charlie Boy that does all those videos of the hood? I just want to know, in case, because that's very similar. Thank you, Twisted Entertainment. William Bannister. So it's WTSQ. WTXQ is probably, that's my water running. There's two things you might hear. That's why I'm moving my operation out of this garage, and I have a room upstairs because the water. And if you hear anything weird tonight, we have the air show going on not too far in the airstrip down here. And I live in the hill right before the airstrip, so military jets are flying all over the place, and they sound crazy. I know I missed something. What was I? Oh, your channel's born now. Okay. Because there's this guy, Charlie Boy. That's what he goes by. But he puts his camera on the hood of his car. And I know I was having another conversation here, and I totally forgot what I was saying. But anyway, it's pretty interesting. He puts his camera on the windshield of his car, and he drives through the hoods.